Pretty epic.
Yeah, nothing better than a bit of epic music to accompany this one. Thank you very much once again for your generous donations. They were certainly more than I could have possibly imagined, and needless to say, it's all going towards the next tournament. We do not see a penny of that, folks. No, we do not. And I can bring you this player right here, the player that just played a 50-minute endurance game on Tal'Darim Altar and came out swinging. So one and only MorroW from Team Mousesports. He is in the blue trunks to the southeast of the SHOUTcraft Plateau versus his opponent, the one and only Dignitas SeleCT. He is in the red trunks, and he is to the southwest playing Terran.
I'm trying to figure out like who was trying to wear down who.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know because MorroW plays 12 hours a day in the Swedish house. Arguably, he's going to have great stamina. On the other hand, though, this is SeleCT. He's Korean. You know, he's SeleCT. He's not human.
SeleCT's actually a sorcerer. Those of you who are not aware of that, you certainly are now. So that's a bit dangerous. What can I say?
Indeed.
Well, I don't know if we're going to see quite as long a matchup on this one, particularly considering they are spawning in the close air position. This is Drop City potentially.
Indeed, especially because it's close air position. We'll have to see how MorroW decides to play again. I suppose he'll open up for a hatchery first again. He might not, though, because it's a little bit smaller than Tal'Darim, so he might want to get a spawning pool rather than that hatchery, so we'll have to see. Because it is a bit closer distances for those Marines to run across.
Yeah, we'll certainly find out, and it wouldn't surprise me at all to see some kind of aggressive Marine play from SeleCT. We've seen it in 2 games thus far. Very effective in the first, not so effective in the second. So MorroW perhaps has his number, but ooh, that is a proxy barracks going in. That, I believe it is that. There's that so-called barracks, if I recall correctly.
Indeed.
Yes, there you go. There's a bit of terminology for you, folks. Why is it called the barracks?
Because it is the style that Macca Prime played consistently within the GSL.
There you go, folks. The more you know. Here comes the hatchery first, and that is going to be a real problem for MorroW, I think.
Yeah, indeed. He's got no idea about it. He's going to go ahead and see this. The one thing, well, he'll think about that it's going to be 1rax Expo, which could trick him a lot here. So let's see how he does react. But he gets another 17 spawning pool very, very late. And usually you see a follow-up with either 14 if you feel scared, 15 is pretty standard, 16 and 17 is pushing it. So he's up against 2 racks now. Let's see how this is going to react. SeleCT idle with the SCV in the top right, a little bit of a mistake.
Interesting. I am really not entirely certain of why he's doing that, but hey, never mind. He has not scouted his opponent as of yet. Admittedly, his opponent has certainly not seen that hidden barracks. It's a nice bit of aggressive play there.
And 2 more Marines are coming down. 2 more SCVs, sorry. 4 SCVs in total now, and Marines are coming. Another scout from MorroW sending out a drone, but guess what? It bypasses everything. Now, and will he go to the Zalnoga Tower, and he's going to see an SCV. He might. He sees Marines and SCVs coming.
He just saw everything. The question is, what is he going to do to shut that down? He's immediately pulling drones off the line to try and deal with this. The spawning pool is complete. He could start putting down spine crawlers, but he's going to have to defend really hard here to deal with this. This is going to be... Oh, wow, that is a triple bunker contain.
There is no orbital command, and he is not building SCVs. This is all in at its finest by SeleCT. All his resources are in this.
Yes, indeed they are. The spine crawlers are coming up for MorroW. He's got 1 down, looking for the second one right here. These bunkers are going to take a while to go up. He doesn't have a lot of firepower to put in them. He's sitting on 7 Marines. He did invest a lot to... this is the most brazen contain I've seen in a very long time.
Well, he needs to try to focus fire the hatchery as much as possible. The thing is, the spine crawl is going to finish soon. He's going to try to target that. If he can kill the hatchery, he'll back up. He'll start building SCVs. He'll call down mules. But for now, can he get that hatchery down? Spine crawler 1 finishes. Let's go replace it. And spine crawler 2, Queen coming down now. He needs to kill this, but he's got 3 bunkers to choose from.
That's going to be really difficult. He can swap between these 2 very, very easily indeed, and a huge amount of damage already inflicted on MorroW's spine crawler. I don't believe he has transfuse energy. He does not. So he's going to have to pull that one back or lose it. One way or the other. It's bleeding hard. In the meantime, the hatchery taking a lot of damage, dropping below 500 HP. Here's the reposition. He's hoping that SeleCT will try and target fire something other than that. He's going for it right now. Big repairs on the back right here. He's going to break 1, I would imagine. The Queen's going at it full tilt. He's having to focus repairs on 1. 1 goes down. The second one could potentially, but SeleCT is holding this. The hatchery dropping below 150. More going in around 85, 50 HP. Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
But still, he has so many Marines left. He has a bunker left. Transfuse on that hatchery. 300 hit points now, but I think that MorroW's somehow gonna hold this now.
I think he might. It is possible. SeleCT's going to throw himself in there. He doesn't kill the Spine Crawler. That's absolutely critical. Zerglings go in. They do good damage. Now redeploying the 2 Spine Crawlers behind his Queens. What an incredibly smart move there by MorroW. Could anyone else have held this?
Oh my god, the Queen on 4 HP as well.
Oh,
how does he do it?
So close. SeleCT fails and MorroW holds.
Wow, Queen goes back to the main base now, and how does MorroW do that? He holds an incredible play, and now is so far ahead. 21 drones versus 16 SCVs. He can build nothing but drones now. He can start mining gas, can get the speed upgrade ready, and can just drone. He's gonna get just a few more lings, first, just in case this is all in case more stuff comes. One more Spine Crawler, and I doubt he'll add anything else to this, and we'll just have to see how this goes.
SeleCT could snipe off that Spine Crawler. It is only on 57 HP. However, the risk of a surround is very, very real. He wants to watch out for that one. There's a big hit right there, and SeleCT driven away. This is not where SeleCT wanted to be right now.
So MorroW actually scouts there's no expansion yet. He adds on a lot more lings because he sees that this is most likely all in. And simply because there's no expansion, he's still on 1 base. As long as he survives, he's good. And so the Overlord does go in there. Now sees gas. I'm sure MorroW will instantly go to drones now. He knows what's happening, as you can see in the production tab. Already starting drone production, moving the Spine Crawlers to the edge of the ramp, maximizing their damage. And now, the thing is, MorroW overreacted a little bit, has built a lot of lings. He could kill SeleCT straight off, but he hasn't got speed, so it's going to be a lot harder to engage.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. There are 18 Marines, and of course, throwing down some bunkers right here would prove to be helpful for SeleCT. He hasn't done so as of yet. He sees what's coming, and now he's trapped on the other side of the cliff. Will he be able to move to intercept in time? MorroW decides he doesn't want to engage right now, and I believe he's just looking now to try and get his advantage up. I mean, he already has this advantage. He's got a great advantage after his opponent failed that all-in attack. That put him so far behind. We call it an all-in, but in reality, it's not an all-in per se. It was all-in-ish, and it was most certainly economically damaging. And that's what you should really be focusing on right now. It puts SeleCT behind in a really major way. That's what you have to consider.
And still, there's no expansion. He's scouted again. There's still no expansion. MorroW playing so safe, adding on a Spore Crawler, adding on a Baneling Nest. He's got 4 Queens in total. He's just playing ultra safe. Remember what we talked about is that he is the man of beating any form of aggression. You want to play aggressive against him? MorroW is not the person to do that to. We have 2 starports, 2 tech labs. We are going to go into double Banshee with Cloak, but look at this, another Spore Crawler being added on. MorroW is just not the guy you want to do this to.
Well, to be fair, what kind of transition could we have expected from 1 base? If he's not going to just keep throwing Marines at him, he knows that that's not going to work. SeleCT is on 1 base. He can go for a double Banshee play. Probably not with Cloak. Admittedly, he has the gas for it. He could go for Cloak because he's been mining all this time and using it for absolutely nothing. So are we going to get Cloak from him? I have to wonder.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. I mean, he's got the gas to do so. The thing is, MorroW has everything. He's morphing Banelings now because there's so many options, okay? You need to think about what Terran can do now. Cloak Banshees, you know, Blue Flame Hellions maybe behind this, or a mass all-in with Marines and SCVs. He's prepared for everything. Banelings are there for the Marines. They are there for the SCVs and Hellions, and he has Spore Crawlers and Queens everywhere ready for the defense. And SeleCT is scanned and is like, oh man.
This is going to be difficult. It really is going to be difficult. Spore Crawlers are nicely placed right here for MorroW. He should be able to deal with that. He's going to need a few, well, I can say that SeleCT's going to need a couple more Banshees to break that one way or the other without taking horrendous losses in the process. We've got 1 Spawn Crawler at the back. I mean, really, perhaps the back expansion here, the one in the natural, is the one that's most vulnerable. We've got a hatchery on 300 HP, now going up to 400, and 1 Spawn Crawler at the back, plus a Queen. It is possible to snipe that off if he's got the numbers for it. He's adding on 2 more Banshees. He's not going for it just yet. He must get the critical mass. He can't just throw this in here.
No.
That would be disastrous for him.
I mean, now look at this though. Because MorroW hasn't scouted, he's seen that he's expanding. Because SeleCT has saved these Banshees, he literally just had 4 Queens, majority maybe like 4 transfusers in total. But now he's using all the energy to creep spread now. And that is so smart from SeleCT not to go in too early. He's saving up to get the 6th Banshee out as well. And now there's no energy. All there is a bunch of Queens and Spore Crawls. Though, granted, Queens are still excellent anti-air, but against 6, maybe very possibly 8. I don't know how long he's going to continue with this for.
Yeah, it's questionable. Right now, MorroW is on Latex, so he could go for the Overseer, which would certainly help out a lot. But as you said, those Queens are out of position. They are spread out. That back expansion is looking fairly vulnerable, I've got to say, for the time being. The Spire is going up, and here it comes. Wow, that is a big attack force coming in right here from SeleCT. He's actually got 4 Banshees up. He's got 2 more coming in. There's the Cloak, and what's he going to do? He's going to try and nail down Spore Crawler immediately. He will have the firepower to do so if he's well microed, and of course he is. It is SeleCT, and now the mineral line is vulnerable.
Yeah, and there is an Overseer making no Mutalist yet, though, and now he's going to snipe the Queens before the Overseer. Where is
Double
the Overseer?
transfuse right here. That was a lot of energy used right there. There comes the Overseer, but he does have the firepower to break this if he micros properly. He did miss micro. He lost 1 there. There are more Banshees coming in to reinforce this, however. So this is a big, big attack right here by SeleCT. He is doing the damage. He might be able to get back into this. He's still far behind, though, in terms of his economy.
In terms of tech as well, because Mutalists are about to pop out now, and as soon as they do, all these Banshees are dead. Every single one. He needs to maximize damage, kill these Queens while he can, and in come the Mutalisks.
Here they are, and, well, Cloak ran out, but it doesn't really matter, does it? That's a lot of dead Banshees. He'll take another Queen. He'll try and, if he splits up, he should be able to save maybe 1, possibly 2. It's going to look like it's going to be 1 by the looks of it. And now we have to count the cost of that. Was
48 drones now for 46 SUVs. He's caught back up because of it now.
That was worth it.
Though he's still behind because there's so many Mutalists. He's got the tech now. He hasn't got the engineering. Okay, he's got the engineering built, but turrets are not up yet.
No.
Mutalists are in a great position to go and harass now. And what's MorroW going to do for the next 5 minutes in this game? He's going to build drones. He's going to get back up to 70, 80 drones because all of SeleCT's money was in those Banshees. He has no stim. He has no siege mode. He has no upgrades, no siege tanks.
Working on it right now.
Push out at all right now.
Yep, he does just have the stim, but he doesn't have the marine shield, so he doesn't have +1 either, which is going to be a little bit unpleasant to deal with a large flock of Mutalisks. Currently sitting on 8 right now, and MorroW just droning, because, hey, why not? He might as well. He knows that that was a very expensive attack. It did damage. It allowed SeleCT to catch back up, but now look at the drone count. It's now shooting up. Over the last minute alone, it's gone up to 72. So that is incredibly strong macro play right here from MorroW, who is just not worried. He's
up to the great amount now, 77, and now the unit production begins again. Lings and Banelings are being made. SeleCT is gearing up to go drop. He's got 2 medivacs waiting to go, but the time has been and gone, unfortunately. The Overlord spread is good, the creep spread is good, and there's just way too many units.
I'm not entirely sure what MorroW's doing at the top right here, rather than creating a kind of nice creep sculpture. He's spreading creep up to the top, which I assume is maybe to prevent some kind of expansion, and of course give him a lot of visibility, maybe for drops coming around the side, who knows. MorroW coming around with a small flock of Mutalisks, not a huge amount, and this Banshee might be able to take another Queen out by the looks of it.
Indeed, but most importantly, taking rid of all the creep, getting rid of that, so important to do so, and in come the Mutalisk now to take this down.
Yep, it will go down unless he can't catch it, in which case, well, it's not going to die, is it? Which is what's happening here. MorroW doesn't really care by the looks of it. This spread is quite ridiculous.
That's good. It's
going to deny the third base. It's going to deny the third base. That's a lot of spread. It's an absurd amount. Nicely played by him. He's now starving his opponent, and he's taken a 4th at the same time. SeleCT's about to get a nasty surprise.
That's yeah, that's a pretty smart idea to do that. Walk one of the additional Queens across the map and go spread creep everywhere. And there's going to be scans. There is no Raven being built. Of course there isn't, because people don't do that yet. But eventually they will start to do that, and then you'll be able to get rid of creep spread like this. Look at how many scans are going to be needed to clean this up.
Good God. MorroW, you're so... you're not MorroW. What am I talking about? Apollo, you're so cutting edge. You kind of sound like MorroW a little bit.
MorroW is just like that.
Yes, there you go. Now SeleCT moving in, and it's like, oh, well, this kind of sucks, doesn't it? It's going to take a while for all of that to recede. He's able to clear up most of it, so this will eventually recede, and SeleCT will be able to deploy maybe in about a minute's time. Looking to take a few more freebies. I'm a little bit worried about that in the middle, though.
Yeah, and there's just so much. 190 food, though. 163 for SeleCT, and in a defensive position, though. I'm not sure MorroW can engage here.
It could be messy. It depends on his positioning and his micro, and he's going for it anyway, as he can very clearly see. Smash the 1 siege tank. Looks for the second one right now. Those doors are taking a pounding, but that's a lot of Banelings sunk into it. Up go the Banelings. Great micro here by SeleCT, but there's still some Banelings left. They're going into the mineral line. Oh, God, this could be incredibly bad right here for SeleCT, taking huge economic damage. That, to be fair, could have been a lot worse than it was, but still, those mutas continue to harass, and now any map control that SeleCT thought he had is pretty much gone.
What is Marine Micro when there's 90 Banelings coming at you. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't lose more SCVs, honestly.
And he's maxed out again, almost, so...
Yeah, that's MorroW for you. We're going for an amazing push. More Zerglings on the field. He has +2 melee upgrade, because hey, why not? And +2 flyer attack as well. So if he wants to go through the hive tech for the Broodlords later in the game, he can do it. The question, more to the point, is what can he do against those 6 medivacs that have absolutely nothing in them?
Well, SeleCT says never. Never, and he is going to go in with his Banshee now to harass, but guess what? More Mutalisks go in before the Banshee even cloaks. Nailed down, and he is trying to stay in the middle of the map. We've seen SeleCT try to scrape back. He has got a 3rd base up though, which is good. He'll try and scrape back into this game, and he will never ever give up. That is a true warrior right there. And pause.
All right, we're going to have a quick pause right here, which would be a good time to point out the fact there's 38 Banelings on it. Someone is spamming door. Oh dear.
So 35 Banelings about to morph. That's a lot of units. Again, looking at the supply count is 184 to 111. The units have 83 drones versus 52, unfortunately, for SeleCT in this case. And it's looking pretty bad for him. He's going to have to do something magical in this game to pull this back.
Yes, indeed. I was very surprised, actually, that Baneling attack didn't take more workers with it. I think there were opportunities there for some good detonations from MorroW. It didn't actually happen, but there you go. We're just waiting for SeleCT to get himself sorted out, and SeleCT is ready to get back into this game, as are we. Headset back on, and there we go. Right, well, SeleCT is certainly in a very defensive position right now. The map is... Look at the creep spread to the point where there's barely anywhere that SeleCT can actually be because of how ridiculous this creep spread actually is. It is covering every possible expansion aside from this 3rd down here.
And if you look at the vision of MorroW, he literally sees like 80% of the map. There's nothing he doesn't know about.
MorroW's actually Sauron, the old seeing flaming eye right there. And staring down from his castle in Mordor, he's going to try and smash his way through the defensive line of SeleCT. SeleCT has a very limited defensive line, but those tanks could prove to be problematic if they target fire the Banelings, which they're absolutely not. Oh my. That could be game. We'll find out very shortly. Oh, no Terran player wants to see that. GG.